Fiancée pranked me at the altar by saying, "No, for a viral TikTok trend I'm 31M, and I still can't believe I'm typing this out." What was meant to be the happiest day of my life turned into the moment I discovered the person I was about to marry cared more about online attention than our relationship. Quick background: my fiancé, 29F, and I had been together for 4 years and engaged for 18 months. We seemed to have everything aligned: shared goals, families that got along well, and generally solid communication, or at least that's what I believed. She was heavily into social media, Instagram and TikTok especially. She had around 15K followers, not influencer level huge, but enough that she treated it like a serious pursuit. I never had a problem with it. Everyone has their hobbies. Mine is woodworking, hers was creating content, no big deal. The wedding was medium-sized, about 120 guests. Between both families and us, we'd spent close to $47K. I personally put in around $22K from savings I'd been building since my mid-20s. Her parents handled the venue and catering. Mine contributed to the honeymoon fund. The day itself started perfectly. The venue was stunning, the weather held up, and I was with my groomsmen feeling excited and ready. Nervous, yes, the good kind of nervous where you're eager to start a life together. Then the ceremony began. I watched her walk down the aisle looking absolutely gorgeous. I was getting emotional. My best man even passed me a tissue. We went through the readings and our personal vows. I teared up during hers. Then came the big question. The officiant asked her, "Do you take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband?" She paused, glanced at me, then looked toward the front row with a strange smile and said, "No." Complete silence. My mind blanked. I thought I'd misheard. The officiant, confused, asked her to repeat it. She did, "No." And then she started giggling. I followed her gaze. Her maid of honor was in the front row holding up her phone, clearly recording. Another bridesmaid was doing the same. It hit me instantly. This was staged for a TikTok trend. The officiant was an older gentleman with no tolerance for nonsense. He closed his book and said firmly, "Ma'am, if you're not taking this seriously, I cannot proceed with the ceremony." She immediately tried to backtrack. "Wait, it was just a prank. I was going to say yes after. It's a popular trend. Look it up, it's supposed to be funny." But he was already stepping away, stating that the sanctity of marriage wasn't something to joke about. She looked at me desperately, expecting me to fix it. In that moment, everything clicked. 4 years of overlooking her constant need for online validation. 18 months of wedding planning where every detail had to be aesthetic for social media. The multiple reshoots of our engagement photos because the lighting wasn't perfect. It all made sense. I looked at her, then at the guests. My mom looked bewildered, my dad worried, her parents horrified. I walked to the DJ booth, grabbed the mic, and addressed everyone. "Hey everyone, it looks like that was a TikTok prank. My bride decided our wedding was the ideal setting for some viral content." Murmurs spread. The maid of honor lowered her phone nervously. "Since the ceremony has been halted, please stay and enjoy yourselves. The bar is open, the food is paid for, and let's treat this as a celebration anyway. A singles mixer, if you will. No reason to waste a 47K party." I turned to my now ex. "You wanted something viral, congratulations." Her face drained of color. She tried to take the mic, but I moved away. "Enjoy the evening, folks. DJ, hit us with something upbeat." Chaos followed. She screamed that I was overreacting and had ruined everything. Her maid of honor tried to calm her while still clutching her phone. My groomsmen formed a protective circle around me. My mom headed straight to the bar for shots. Her parents approached, stunned. Her dad actually apologized to me. Eventually, security escorted her out after she attempted to unplug the DJ's equipment. She sat crying on the steps while 120 guests enjoyed appetizers and danced. We cut the $1,200 three-tier cake anyway. My best man toasted to dodging a bullet, and it was honestly the best cake I've ever had. Update 1, 1 week later the fallout was wild. The maid of honor posted a heavily edited clip, just the no and her giggling, titled "Wedding Prank Gone Wrong Face with Tears of Joy." It hit about 50K views before guests who were actually there started commenting with full context. The tide turned fast. Comments shifted from praising her to calling out how she sabotaged her own wedding for clout. The video vanished within 48 hours, but screenshots persist. Her mom called demanding I apologize and reimburse them for their expenses, claiming I humiliated her daughter. I pointed out that her daughter said no at the altar for a video. She insisted it was a brief joke, and I should have laughed it off or found another efficient. She threatened legal action for the costs. I wished her luck with that. My ex showed up at my place looking exhausted. She wanted to talk about us. I told her there was no us anymore. She'd made that clear at the altar. She insisted it was a 2-second joke and that I was throwing away 4 years over nothing. She cried, blamed anxiety and commitment fears, said her therapist explained it as a coping mechanism. I reminded her I was nervous too, but didn't turn our vows into content. She left accusing me of being unforgiving and emotionally unavailable. Minutes later, she posted a cryptic story about being abandoned at her lowest. Financially, I'm recovering what I can. The venue offered credit for a future event, which made me laugh. The DJ refused payment entirely, total legend. The photographer sent all usable photos for free with a kind note. Update 2. 3 weeks later, her family sent an actual lawyer letter demanding $18,000 reimbursement, claiming I caused emotional distress, and converted the event for my benefit. My attorney laughed and said it's baseless. They're bluffing for a settlement. I countered with evidence, guest videos, the efficient statement, proof of my $22,000 contribution, and a claim for half what they're asking since their daughter caused the failure. An ex-boyfriend of hers reached out. He'd seen the story and recognized the pattern. She once fake broke up with him at his birthday party for Vine content years ago. Everything in their relationship became material for videos. He wasn't surprised, she planned this for months. Apparently her whole bridal party knew and was positioned to film from multiple angles. A wedding guest who works in marketing tipped me off that my ex was pitching herself to wedding content brands as a wedding disaster spokesperson, trying to profit from the story. Screenshot saved. Her dad called pleading to drop the legal stuff, saying she's struggling badly. I told him to have his wife drop their claim first. He sighed and said she really loved me. I replied she loved content more. Update 3. 2 months later, final update, the lawsuit evaporated after my lawyer sent the full evidence package. No courtroom ever in sight. Her mom sent one last venomous email calling me vindictive. I forwarded it to my lawyer and ignored it. Financially, I'm out the $22,000, but sold the venue credit to a coworker for $3.5K. The photographer got business from my sister instead. The marketing contact connected me to a wedding podcast. I did an interview giving my side. They titled the episode something like, "When Wedding Pranks Cross the Line, A Groom's Story." My ex initially agreed to participate, but bylayed when she learned I'd already spoken. The episode got decent reach, and now appears in searches related to her name. Her brother texted that the brand deals fell through, companies saw the podcast in full context and passed. Her follower count dropped by about 4K. She's shifted to mental health content about toxic masculinity and emotional abuse. I grabbed beers with her ex-boyfriend. We swapped stories and laughed darkly. He's now engaged to someone with no social media presence, says it's peaceful. I'm doing all right, not amazing, but moving forward. Therapy is helping with the trust issues. Dating isn't on the radar yet. I redecorated, built a new coffee table with my best man, my first woodworking project in ages. The ring is in a drawer. Maybe I'll repurpose the metal someday. She sent one final long email weeks ago, vaguely apologizing, citing anxiety again, and asking for coffee to talk like adults. I didn't reply. Lesson learned. Pay attention to patterns. The constant need for validation, turning every moment into content, treating milestones like photo ops. I overlooked them thinking love meant accepting everything. But there's a difference between flaws and red flags. She chose a fleeting video over our future. That revealed her priorities clearly. And me, I finally chose myself. The party might have been a bit petty, but it was the first time in years I put my own needs first. The cake was incredible, by the way. Best choice I made that day. Thanks for reading. Chapter closed. Onward. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories. Get more experiences.